Where is the line between ignorance and obstinance? It's one thing to be uninformed as long as there is an awareness of the lack of knowledge. That person can learn. It's a totally different thing to be uninformed and either blindly unaware of that lack of knowledge or defiantly determined to deny it. That person is trapped in a cage of his own making and enslaved by a cruel master, his own foolishness. One of the most freeing moments in anyone's life is when he is able to openly admit, I don't know. The wise person happily embraces that freedom and then seeks to become informed. The wise person refuses to remain ignorant because that's just another form of obstinance. When Jephthah went out to fight Ammon, he asked them why they had come to fight Israel. Their answer was that Israel took their land from them and they had come to take it back. There was only one problem. It wasn't true. Their answer was based in ignorance of historical fact. Fortunately, Jephthah was more than a warrior. He knew history and answered very quickly that someone else took it from them before Israel came along, and the kings who conquered them also attacked Israel. That battle didn't go well and resulted in total victory for Israel and left them with possession of the land. Plus, that had been 300 years earlier, so any claim had long expired. Judges 11, verses 12 through 27. At that moment, the king of Ammon was standing on the line, poised between ignorance and obstinance. He had the option of researching, finding out the truth, admitting his ignorance, and then acting rightly. In other words, he could have accepted that the land was no longer theirs, backed away from the fight, and gone back home. Or he could stick to his own version of events and act as an obstinate slave to his own foolishness. Well, he went with obstinance, which led to his own death and the destruction of his army, Judges 11, verses 28 through 33. But what about us? Which will we choose? Will we admit our ignorance and seek the truth in everything, or enslave ourselves to our own foolishness? Will we worship according to God's revealed word, or according to our own obstinate ignorance? Look around where you worship and ask, are we doing what God said or what our church or preacher said? If it's the latter, you too are standing on that line. It's too late to plead ignorance, so will you obey God or cross over into obstinance? Just something to think about in today's Morning Minutes in the Bible on Sensual Service Saturday. Until next time, this is James McClenny helping you have a great day.